Today we're going to talk about sales. How exciting is that? For some people, it's a little scary. For some people, it's oh, I don't want to talk sales. I can't do sales. Sales, is pretty challenging and and it's a little scary and I don't want to do sales. Somebody else can do sales. I just want to do what I'm in business for. Think about that. Have you ever thought sales? So today, hopefully I can bust up some of that negative I might have about sales. Look, you've been doing sales your whole life. You just don't realize it. So, hopefully that today we'll be able to, bust some of that up and create a better win for you around sales. So I wanted to say welcome to the Hive Society. For those of you who haven't been over here at the Hive Society, we come together. I share some knowledge, ask some questions, gives you the opportunity to connect and learn more about myself and yourself in the trainings. And I offer these free trainings every week on Friday so that it gives you some hints, tips, and ideas to help you grow business. I'm, the CEO of a private security, private investigations business, and we're celebrating our 30th year. Can you believe it? 30. And along the way, I learned some great strategies, some tips, some hints, some failures that I can turn into successes, all of those things. And then I do business consulting and coaching with Be a Legacy, and that's where the Hive Society plays in. And I do that to support women in business because women kept asking me, how are you being successful over here in this other business? And so I started this secondary business to work with women in their business. So, welcome to the Hive Society. I'm so glad that you're here. And, if there's a tip that you heard today, that you hear today, watching this video, put it in the comments down below. I hear which tip you're taking away. And also go down and watch some of the other videos that we have down below. Because again, I've been doing these every Friday. So there's several other videos that you can be watching. So with that, I'm going to get right into let's talk sales. So I said in the introduction there that, you've been selling your whole life. You would go to school and you would sell your teacher on why you couldn't get your homework done right. Or you would, try and sell your parents on getting that candy bar, right? You're trying to sell for those fancy jeans. You've been selling and batting your eyes, right? And, doing the things that, that are key essential pieces to selling. If you're in a relationship, good traits, your not so good traits, you sold the value of being in relationship with another. You got married, you sold the value of being married to your spouse. So you have to think about that in the context of you've been doing sales for a long time, right? So just know that selling is not as difficult as you're making it out to be. Now, I'm not saying that selling isn't hard work. Okay, let's be real. Selling is hard work, but you know how to sell. You're getting caught up in your head about selling a specific way or about a specific product or to a specific person. And either way, it's still just selling. You just have to put your focus on something a little bit different. So the thing you want to know about selling, one of the biggest things you want to know about selling is building, it's all about relationships. You're not going to sell to one person necessarily the exact same way you're going to sell to another person, right? It's about building that relationship, that connection with somebody so that you can sell to them your products, your services, the value that would support them in moving forward, right? So it's about building that connection and building the relationship. It's not about the product, right? It's about the problem that you're trying to help them solve. They need something to be solved. And you have to pay attention to that. What is the problem that they need solved from you? Okay. So you have to pay attention to that. You have to pay attention to, the price and value, because if you can't charge the right price for the amount of value that you're going to give when you create that sale. So look, you're not going to spend $10 on a piece of gum. That gum will help you lose 10 pounds in 10 days. That gum will help you get your confidence and go out on dates. If you can sell the value, then you'd be willing to pay $10 for a stick of gum that'll help you lose 10 pounds in 10 days, right? It has to be real value, but I'm just kind of playing with it really simply here. But you have to be able to sell the value of something more than what the product is. Sell the value of having peace of mind. Sell the value of, creating confidence through courage, right? You have to create the value that they're going to be able to pay their bills, that they're going to, problem get solved. Does that make sense to y'all? Okay. There's no, and just know, like, you can't sell something that you don't believe in, that you don't trust. So if you're creating products or services, but you're just trying to get the dollar, good luck on making sales. You might make one or two, maybe three, but for long term, if you don't trust in the product or service that you're offering, if you're not sure that if you don't have enough confidence in you to say that I can serve you no matter what, you ask me the questions and I will help you solve that problem. If you can't know it as matter of fact like that, then you're not going to sell it. You're not going to show the value of it because you don't even believe in it. Right? So you have to make sure that you believe in whatever it is that you're offering, whatever it is that you're bringing to the table. You want to make sure, right, that you believe in anything, because you can sell just about anything you believe in. Look, you can go out and you can sell in the transformation that another coach or product or service that somebody else has, right? I could sell you on this glass of water if you're thirsty, right? If your problem is being thirsty, I could sell you on this glass of water because I believe in it, because I know that if I drink it, it's going to solve thirst. Okay. And I could sell it to you even if it wasn't my own product because I believed in it. But if you don't believe in your product or service, the same way that I could sell you this glass of water, right? If you're really thirsty, then you're not going to make sales. So you have to believe in it. You have to trust in it. You could sell for your friend because you've seen the value, you've seen the transformation, right? So you have to be able to sell for yourself that same way. You have to believe in the transformation. You have to believe in the product. You have to believe in the service that you're offering. You have to believe that, in you, that you can deliver the value. Does that make sense? So for those of you that are a little, held back, where you're like, yeah, I know, it's hard to sell me. It's hard to sell my products or services. Let it go. Get over it. What makes it easy? Find the easy parts, right? Because yes, it's hard work. And I don't mean it's hard on you personally, but it takes a lot of people to get to a yes. So you have to keep going through no after no after no after no to get to a yes, right? The odds are against you that the more people you ask, the more sales you're going to make. So if you just ask one or two people and you're going to say that didn't work, you're right. It didn't work because you didn't keep going. I often work with clients and I'll say, look, your job is to get 100 no's. 100 no's. You're going to sell this product, go get 100 no's. Go sell it to the best that you can. And when you get a no, you get to celebrate it. Right? When you get to 100 no's, we're going to have a conversation and we're going to celebrate it. Because the odds are, if you truly, honestly speak to 100, you're going to get some yeses in the way. You're going to get yeses. Those are the odds. If you can believe in yourself, believe in your product, give perceived value, show them the value of what you have to solve their problem, you're going to get sales. So that's the key thing about sales. That's the part that like trips people up, right? So let's talk about things that, selling, who should you be selling to? Look, I'm not going to go out and I'm not going to sell to somebody who's not going to be a good client for me, right? I'm not going to sell to somebody who doesn't need my services. I mean, I'm trying to make a difference. I'm trying to give something in a way that will serve another human being. Right. So if you're just out to sell a product, I'm not going to say any brand names, but there's brand names out there that they're just there to sell the product because they've built credibility throughout the years. They're a brand name now because they worked hard to fill a need a long time ago, right? You might not be a brand name now because you haven't filled a need for a long time. You haven't, in essence, paid the dues. So don't get caught up in that, right? You got to know who you're selling to, who you want to sell to, who are the right people, the right connections, who's going to be the people that want to consume your product and service, right? And then the other thing you want to make sure not to do is you want to set a goal for how much sales you want to make, right? You absolutely want to set money goals and sales goals. But remember that it's not about the goal, really. It's about your customer's goal. It's about that person that you want to bring in. What is their goal? What is the problem they need solved? And how is that going to support them in their goal? Right? Like you got to pay attention to what their goal is. And sometimes that's challenging. Let's get real. Like I don't always know what my clients are looking for. Like you got to do some research. Okay. And it's a pain in the booty. I get is see what your competitors are doing and how are they selling, right? Is do a little research and find out what the customer's goal is so that you can help them fulfill that goal. And that's what will help create the sales, right? Remember, you're selling value. You're selling the transformation. You're selling the end result, right? You're selling them the goal, the dream that they want to have. You're not selling the specifics about your product. You're not selling that, oh, we're going to have 3 calls a month and I'm going to give you homework every month. And, there's a on-site, membership that you can go in. You're not selling that. What you're selling is the value. How do you make more money in business, right? How do you, build relationships with people? How do you connect with your kids so that you just have a phenomenal relationship with your kids? Like, what is it that the transformation is? And that's much more valuable to people than all the specs about, you're going to do this and you're going to do this, and this is how we're going to get it done. They don't care. Okay. They really just want to know what the value, how the end result is going to be, and all of those things. So the other thing about sales is, like I talked about, your goal is to get 100 no, because you don't want to take rejection personally. Okay. They're not saying no to you personally. They're not. They're saying no to the that value offer that you're giving. That's not their goal. Maybe, they have a goal bigger than that one. Maybe it is one of their goals, but they have a goal that's bigger than that. And they're trying to reach that goal first. So you never know really why people are rejecting unless you ask them. You could say, can you just tell me, why you said no? I would love to get the feedback for future. And then when they tell you, it might be an open door to say, oh, that's what you needed. Wow. Okay. Well, if you're open to another conversation, we can talk about how I can support you in that. Or you could say, wow, that is a big goal. And I realize that your plate you in 3 months, right? Then it opens another door line. So don't be afraid to ask why people are saying no, right? But don't take that rejection personally. They're not saying no to you. They're saying no to the opportunity. They're saying, no, I haven't gotten the right information. They're saying, no, I have something greater to do right now. They're saying, no, I can't see where I can put that in my schedule, right? There's a lot of other things. No, my husband won't let me spend the money. Like I've heard that one before, right? But just no doesn't mean that they're saying no to you personally. When someone says no to me, they're not saying no, Kimberly. They're saying no to my opportunity. They're saying no to what I offered them. They said no to the value that I perceive, my perceived value to them, right? So don't take it personally. And, be honest. Maybe they're looking for something and you can't offer it, right? Then that's a great opportunity for you to refer to somebody else, right? You might not get the sale, but maybe you could, build a connection with somebody else in business, and then they'll send referrals your way, right? So, just be honest with them. The other thing that I wanted to talk about when it comes to sales is just remember that you have to do your research. You have to know your buyers, right? I've said it already once. I'm saying it again, right? Know your buyers. You have to do the research, because if you don't do the research, right, then, it just gets into that space of not knowing really what your customers and clients want. So do that, right? Attend seminars, learn from other people that are doing phenomenal sales, right? Attend places that are going to help you build your sales muscles, right? Find out what you can more and more about your clients, attend networking events, get out there and build it. Look, if you're not getting sales in your business and you're sitting on your tush and trying to do it all through your CRM, through your, contacts and on social media, and you're not getting out and finding other ways to build sales, look, you're missing out on a whole bunch of other people that you could market to, a whole lot of other people. So you have to remember is you have to get out and you have to meet people, and you have to bring more and more and more and more and more and more and more people into your community. You have to bring more people into your newsletters or your contact list, or my group here, right? Like we're just bringing more and more people in, and it's not because I just want more people, but the odds get better when it comes to sales, right? The more people that are around, the more people that you connect with, the more people that you communicate with, the more people that you build relationships with, then gives you more opportunities for sales. Does that make sense? Right? So get out, right? Attend networking events, social networking events, as well as live networking events. Get out and go to events in your community, nonprofit events that are happening. Get out and find ways to meet people. Get out on social media. Don't just sit there like a lump on a log saying, well, I'm a member. Well, get in there, answer questions, be involved, build relationships. Are you getting kind of the drift here? Right? If you want to get sales, you have to connect, you have to give, you have to, be seen as a value given person, right? Share your skills. That's what I'm doing here. I'm sharing some skills here in the Hive Society, all kinds of different ones. So like I said, go below if you haven't taken a look at some of the other videos that we have, right? Share the skills, get involved in mastermind groups, right? Invest in your education. Like I said, go to seminars, workshops, whatever that is to help you build the confidence that you need. Really, look, confidence comes from having courage. If you don't have the courage to ask for sales, you're not going to build your confidence muscle, right? The more that you have courage to ask for the sales, to find the right product, to give the right value, the more courage you have in that, the more confidence you build. And the more confidence muscles that you have, the easier it feels when you're doing sales. I hope that makes sense. So be brave enough to ask, right? So that you can build that confidence muscle. You'll see people that will ask in an instant, right? I'm still building my sales confidence muscle. Even after all these years, I'm still building it. There's still people who are way better, way faster, way quicker at getting the sale than me. I'll be real, be honest, and that's okay, right? I'm doing fine. How about you? How can you do better than fine, right? I'm doing good. How about you? How can you do better than I'm doing great, right? So the more that you build the muscle, the more you go from fine to good to great. All right. So I hope that's helpful. I talked about you have to invest in your education and you have to connect with people. You have to build those relationships and you have to have good value in anything that you sell, right? Sales is a relationship thing. Excuse me. Sales is a relationship thing. So you want to get out there and you want to build relationships. Build your muscle up. Well, that one choked me up, huh? So build a relationship, build your confidence muscle up so that you can ask for the sales. You want to make sure to have the skills in place, the tools in place that you know what you're going to sell. And remember, it's not about you, it's about their goal. It's about what you want to create for them, right? You're not selling your specs, you're selling the value. Okay? And you want to be honest. And if somebody says no, thank you, have the courage to ask them why not. It could have just been one little thing that you didn't answer, and it could shift the whole thing. Right? So, do your research, find out what's going on with other people, with how they're getting sales done. Right. And the other thing I would say is make sure that you personalize it. Right? Is when you're talking to that person, make sure you're asking questions about what they need. What's important to them? How could they move forward? And when you can ask those questions, then it's so much better. Look, I go to a lot of networking events and mixers and things to get out. And what I find is that 90% of the people that are there are trying to sell me on them and give me their business card. And they want my business card so that they can call me to sell me on the phone for what it is that they want to sell. A lot of times when I have people like that, I will tell them, somebody asked me for my business card just recently, just, this week. And I was like, you know what? That's okay. Thank you so much. I really did, because I knew this person was going to sell. And I didn't really need or want their product. Okay. And that's okay. A lot of times people, just want business cards so that they can call you up and sell. If they put you on their contact list, it's okay to unsubscribe, right? Don't do it to everybody else. Don't just go and grab people's business cards and put them on your contact list and then start spamming them, right? Give them an opportunity to say, no, thank you. And then be okay with it. It's like the 100 no's, right? So, personalize your conversations with each person. Because as you personalize it, you build relationship. You're connecting with them. When you connect with people, they get to learn about you, you get to learn about them, and then you guys discover if you're the right fit for each other. So don't rush into a sale. If it's an easy sell, it'll sell it by itself, right? And if you're desperate, talk to me. On my website, I have 25 ways to create more money in the next 30 days, right? So you can go get that free download on bealegacy.com, right? Because if you're in scarcity and you're desperate, people know it and people want to run far away from it. So find another way to make the money, but don't try to just force sales on people, right? Because it doesn't really do a good service for you, and it's really a disservice for them too. That's my idea on sales. I hope that you found a valuable tip today. And, sales is not easy. It's hard work and you still have to do it. But remember, you've been doing sales your whole entire life. Shift your mindset around what sales is. Sales is creating the value, to be in relationship with somebody so that they can say yes to what it is that you are offering. So I hope you come back next week for the next topic on the Hive Society. I look forward to, having you create some comments down below. That would be awesome. I'd love to know if what value you created out of today's topic. So have a wonderful week and go out there and be a legacy right now. Don't wait to leave a legacy, just be one now. Kimberly Borgens, bye-bye.